is full alive.
It's gonna be a great show.
Let's kick it. I'll say kick it, and you'll just kick it with a tasty groove, okay? 1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it. Come on. God damn it. Could you one time kick it? What the?
Alan Cox.
Here we go. He'll ad-lib. He'll be fine.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Was doing a late show, and
Rip Angel Salazar.
yeah, Angel Salazar. I had gone to see Paul Mooney. He was the headliner. It was Paul Mooney. But Dennis Miller was in town and did a walk-on, and love Gotham.
I remember going to Gotham. And that was probably when it was like the mustard yellow wall, like the original room. Do they have two rooms, or they just got rid of that room?
Around the corner, don't they have another one?
I don't
No, they have one in the basement and then the main room.
Okay.
So-
In this location.
Yeah.
I've never been to any other one than this one.
But it was this, it was a really tiny club at that time, and I think Gaffigan was on, because this is like before this is 2004, so or 2005, so he hadn't quite blown up yet. He was doing a set, and then there was this dude just going to town on a girl in the table in front of us, and it's all like me and Jim Twos and.
Was you making out with her, you mean?
No.
Banging her?
Hand banging.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Just and like not subtle, and it was very awkward. So that's my.
They were hammered.
Memory. Yeah.
You're of being at Gotham.
Gotham, yeah.
Did you ask
And
him
I've
if you
done
could
sets
get in
there,
on
and
it?
I
or?
still no, not at that time. I was a fresh.
Wait, you've done sex there?
I've done sets at
I've
Gotham.
heard done sex too.
Yeah, I mean
That's how I'm going to start referring to it.
That's basically when I'm up on stage, it's everybody's. Never mind.
Have you ever had people during one of your sets finger banging?
Probably.
Yeah, why not?
That I knew
Probably.
of.
Yeah, I wasn't.
They heard the gazebo story. It was a
They're like-
silent tribute
Yeah.
to you. Well, not so silent, but it was a semi-moist tribute to you. And
A stirring macaroni tribute.
Okay, listen. Boy, if I got to hear about Deshaun Watson and ball placement one more time, I don't know how that's come into every report that I hear about the state of the Browns right now. Is everybody talks about ball placement, and under normal circumstances, it might not jump out at you.
From what I understand, he should keep them to himself.
BillSquire.com for tickets.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you going to be next?
This weekend with Bobby Kelly at Hilarities.
Oh, he's in here on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then week after that, I'll be in Wadsworth.
How was Spokane, Washington?
Spokane was phenomenal.
Had you ever been there before?
This is my first time in the state of Washington, out that way.
Oh, you never been to Seattle?
Nope. And
Wow.
it was so fun working with Chad Daniels on Friday and Saturday. And
Weather's still nice out there, too.
weather was like perfect, whereas like hoodie weather at night. During the day it was around 70, so it was real good. No rain or anything like that. But if you're familiar with the area, that's where, and familiar with Chad Daniels, his girlfriend is Kelsey Cook, and she is from Spokane. And then Mary's, who she used to go on the road with, Dan Cummins, he lives in Coeur d'Alene, which is about
right
half
over
an
the
hour
border.
away. And so they were both at the show on Friday night, and both did sets before I went up, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been a part of.
But you had to follow them.
I did.
Yeah.
And it was like I walk on stage, and everybody in that crowd knows who they are because they've done crossover podcasts together. Everybody, Kelsey and Chad do a podcast together, so they all know who those guys are. They understand like how special that is. And then I walk up there, and I'm just not saying anything. I'm just like kind of shaking my head and just like, yeah, I don't know who I am either. And then the first thing I say is like, I got a podcast too. And they lost it at that. And it was.
They thought you were a bartender when you walked out.
It was.
That you were there for crowd control.
But I got them, and it was one of the best sets I've ever had. It was one of the best shows I've ever been a part of. The whole weekend was awesome.
They primed the pump.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, and I was able to. And Chad said to me, he's like, most of the time I would have switched the order around, but I know you could follow those two, so I wasn't worried about it.
Did Dan ask about Mary?
Yeah. He asked about Mary and you.
Me?
Aw.
Yeah.
What do I have to do with anything?
He knows you.
I know that, but I mean, I know he does. I'm just saying.
He's like,
like,
how's the show? How's Alan doing?
Yeah.
He knows you're an old dad.
I am an old dad.
So he's like,
Yeah,
how's-
I'm in that old dad
And I
club.
was like, oh, he's doing great. Mary's doing great. She's out in New York killing it. And
Yep.
that was his first set since January, too, which was pretty cool to
Really?
see. Yeah,
He
because
took
he's.
this whole year off.
Yeah.
Oh, you did mention that, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, okay. So he basically just drove across the border to get in there. He's like, hey, I'm going to be.
Yeah. And he brought his wife, and she's great, and she's from this area. She's from Parma Heights. So hanging out with her all night was cool just because we have so many Cleveland stories. that we
Telling
could-
Parma
Yeah.
stories, baby.
Telling Parma stories.
Hey,
that's
remember
right.
the Parma Town Mall?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I sure do.
Hey, do you remember
All
Ridge
right, well,
Road?
see you later.
Yup. Hey, do you remember where State intersects with Pleasant Valley? I sure do. All right, cool.
It's like you were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a phenomenal weekend. I headlined the show on Sunday. That was great. Got a bunch of new stuff that's like all coming together real nice. It was awesome.
Good.
Great time.
Hell yeah.
Did you get to see the town of Spokane?
Yeah. I wandered around. They have a nice river that goes right down through the middle of, the city. I went and checked out the mountains, and it's very, very, very pretty out there too.
Right.
So
Yes.
it was a good time.
Lost
some money at a casino.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
There you go. Okay, I've got to take a break here. If you want to send me a text, 35192 to get me there. If you want to join us live on the phone, you can. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio